If you're chasing comfort, this video isn't for you. This is for the ones who feel the fire, but don't know where to aim it. The ones who are tired of waiting, tired of wasting, tired of waking up with that voice saying you could have done more. Today, that ends because from this moment forward, you don't burn just to survive, you burn with purpose. Not regret. Pain is the price of growth. Burn through it or be buried by it. That's not a metaphor, that's the law. Every inch of progress you've ever dreamed of comes with a toll, and that toll is pain. You can't buy your future with comfort. You can't fake effort and expect real results. You either pay with sweat, failure, heartbreak, and discipline, or you pay with years of regret, doubt, and wasted potential. Choose your pain. One will build you, the other will bury you. People talk about success like it's some golden reward waiting patiently for everyone. It's not. It's a fire that consumes the weak and tempers the strong. You don't stumble into it. You earn it with late nights, broken pride, aching limbs, and a mind that screams at you to quit. But you don't. You keep moving because you know what's waiting on the other side. You're not chasing pleasure. You're chasing purpose. And that purpose demands sacrifice. Growth is cruel. It doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't care about your excuses, your fears, or your past. It strips you down, exposes your weakness, and dares you to keep going. Most won't. Most retreat the moment they feel pressure. The moment it hurts, they run. But pain isn't a punishment, it's a test. It's asking you one question: how bad do you want this? There will be nights you want to quit. There will be moments when the weight feels unbearable, when the silence screams, when no one believes in you, not even you. That's the exact moment most people die on the inside. They fold, crawl back to comfort, and sell their dreams for cheap distractions. But you're not built for that. You were made for more. And if you're willing to burn through that pain instead of running from it, you'll rise from it stronger, sharper, and unstoppable. Burn through the pain means walking straight into what terrifies you. It means failing publicly and getting back up without flinching. It means choosing the hard path, not because it's noble, but because it's necessary. Easy never made anyone great. Easy builds cowards, not champions. And if you settle for what's easy, you'll never become what you were meant to be. No one sees the hours. They see the outcome. They see the success, the strength, the power, but not the cost. They don't see the tears behind closed doors, the endless reps, the inner battles, and they don't need to, because the pain you face is not for them, it's for you. It's carving the weapon out of you, a sharper mind, a hard will, a fire that no one can put out. But here's the warning: if you don't burn through it, it buries you. That pain doesn't go away. It rots. It turns into bitterness, into jealousy, into regret. You'll watch others rise while you sink under the weight of your own wasted chances, and in silence of your own thoughts, you'll hear the truth. You could have had it. You just didn't suffer enough to earn it. So burn, let it hurt, let it break you open, because that's where the real work begins. That's where change starts. No comfort zone ever changed a life. No easy path ever built a legacy. When it gets hard, and it will, don't back off, lean in, take the hit, keep moving, because every step you take through the fire takes you closer to the version of you that doesn't flinch anymore. That version doesn't make excuses. That version doesn't bow to pain. That version owns it and uses it. The future belongs to the ones who dare to suffer for it. Burn with purpose, not regret. Every wasted day is a wound you'll regret, so bleed with meaning. Time doesn't care about your plans. It doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It slips through your fingers quietly, and the damage doesn't show right away, not at first, but one day you'll look back and realize the days you thought didn't matter were the ones that shaped everything, and you either filled them with purpose or you let them bleed out into nothing. The pain of wasted time is slow, but it cuts the deepest, because once it's gone for good. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. You tell yourself you need rest, need clarity, need motivation. But the truth is simple. You just didn't want it bad enough, not yet. You chose distraction. You chose comfort. You chose nothing, and every time you do, a piece of your future dies with it. That's the wound, and it doesn't heal. You carry it. You feel it when someone else succeeds. You feel it when your reflection doesn't match your ambition. You feel it when silence creeps in at night and you realize you're not where you should be. and it's no one's fault but yours. It's not about doing something huge every day. It's about doing something that moves you, that sharpens you, that keeps the fire alive. Every rep, every page, every hour of focus, those moments add up. They're the blood you shed now so you don't bleed out later in regret. The truth is, you're going to bleed either way. The question is whether it's for progress or for pain. You don't need more time, you need more intention, more urgency, more ownership, because time is not unlimited, and every moment you waste pretending it is a moment you'll beg to have back when it's too late. You're not unlucky, you're undisciplined, you're not behind because life's unfair. You're behind because you keep treating your days like they don't count, but they do. Every second is a seed, and you're either planting greatness or planting regret. People think they have time to get serious. They think one day they'll wake up and magically become focused, disciplined, hungry. But discipline isn't found in the future. It's forged in today, in the little battles, in the resistance you face when you know what you should do, but you don't feel like doing it. That's the war. That's where you either bleed with meaning or you bleed out in excuses. You've got to ask yourself, how many days have I already buried? How many hours did I hand over to comfort, knowing full well it would rob me of momentum? And how long will I keep lying to myself about what I'm really doing with my time? Because your future isn't built by wishes, it's built by war. Every hour you win matters, every minute you own adds up, and if you want the results, you better start showing up like someone who refuses to die full of what-ifs. Regret doesn't hit all at once, it builds quietly, it waits, it watches. And when the world finally moves on without you, when your dream becomes someone else's victory, that's when it strikes. That's when you realize the cost of delay was everything you ever wanted. Don't let that be your story. Don't let regret write your ending. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all the answers, but you do have to show up, bleed with meaning, bleed for something, because if you don't, the world will still keep turning, and it'll do it without you. You don't get this day again, and if you waste it, the wound is yours to carry, not forever, but long enough to know what it cost. So bleed with meaning, or don't bleed at all. The fire inside must rage louder than the voices that doubt you. That voice, the one that says you can't, you won't, you're not enough. It lives in the heads of everyone who ever quit, and it gets louder when you start to move, when you push forward, when you dare to dream bigger than your current reality. That voice starts screaming, but it's not just in your head. It comes from outside too. People who never had the courage to chase their own greatness will always question yours. Doubt is their weapon, fear is their comfort. They'll try to hand both to you, gift trapped in fake concern, subtle jabs, or outright hate. Don't take it. You weren't built to echo their silence, you were built to burn. That fire inside you isn't for decoration. It's not just some feel, good phrase, it's fuel. It's the one thing that will keep you alive when everything around you tries to shut you down. You have to feed it, protect it, let it roar so loud that it drowns out every voice telling you to stop, because they'll come from your past, from your circle, from within. The closer you get to something real, something meaningful, the louder they'll get. You're wasting your time. You're not cut out for this. It's too late. Lies, every one of them, but lies are convincing when you don't believe in your own fire. You'll never silence the doubt completely. That's the truth. But you don't have to. You just have to be louder. Louder with your work, louder with your consistency, louder with your resilience. Let your actions speak for you. Let your obsession drown out their comfort, because if your hunger is real, if your dream is bigger than your fear, you won't have time to listen to them. You'll be too busy building the life they said was impossible. They'll call you obsessed. Let them. They'll say you've changed. Good. You should. They'll say you're going too far, but they don't understand how far you've already come just to be here. They didn't feel the nights you doubted yourself. They didn't hear silence when you were building in the dark. They weren't there when it was just you and that small flicker of fire, barely holding on, but you were, and you kept it alive. So now, when they try to throw water on it, you don't apologize. You make it burn hotter. The ones who doubt you will always be Louder in the beginning, but they'll go quiet when you win, not because they changed, but because they no longer have anything to say. You'll have taken away their power by refusing to accept their version of your life. You'll have proved them wrong without ever needing to speak their name. And you'll know deep down that you didn't get there by luck or chance or some miracle. You got there because your fire refused to go out, because you refused to fold, because the voice inside you, the one that said keep going, was finally louder than everything else. You have to decide what voice you believe, because one will make you legendary and the other will keep you average. One will make you unstoppable and the other will bury you in mediocrity. It's not about talent, it's not about resources, it's about fire. Do you have it? Will you feed it? Will you protect it when the world tries to snuff it out? That's the test, not once, not twice, every day. You don't need their permission, you don't need their approval. All you need is that voice inside that says this matters, that says I will not stop, that says watch me. So let the fire inside you scream. Let it burn louder than the noise around you, and never ever let it go quiet. Comfort is a lie that keeps you weak. Suffer with purpose. It tells you you're fine where you are, that you've done enough, that you don't need to push harder, move faster, or reach higher. It whispers that rest is deserved, that quitting is self-care, that the pain isn't worth it, and you listen because it sounds kind. But comfort doesn't love you. It doesn't care about your potential. It wants you soft, still, and silent. It wants you just comfortable enough to stop growing, just satisfied enough to never rise. The truth, growth demands pain, change demands discomfort, and the life you want, the one you keep picturing late at night, only comes to the one willing to suffer for it. Not suffer blindly, not suffer endlessly, but suffer with purpose, because pain without purpose is torture, but pain with purpose, that's transformation. You have to look around and ask yourself, am I comfortable or am I becoming? Because you don't get both. Comfort is a cage and the bars are made of easy choices. Hit snooze, skip the workout, numb out with your phone, wait until next week. These are the quiet decisions that build the loudest regrets. You don't notice it at first. You think you're getting away with it, but comfort is patient. It waits until your fire is low, your momentum is gone, and your goals are a distant memory. Then it locks the door, and you're left wondering how you got stuck. But you're not stuck. You're sedated. You've been numbed by convenience, and now it's time to wake up. You need to hurt, not because you deserve pain, but because pain reminds you you're still alive, still moving, still chasing. When your muscles burn, that's growth. When your mind resists, that's the threshold. And when you keep going anyway, that's power. Stop avoiding what hurts. Start running toward it. That's where the gold is buried. In the suffering you've been trained to fear, look around at the people you admire, the ones who are built different, the ones who walk into rooms with that presence, that confidence, that edge. It wasn't given. It was earned in silence, in struggle, in moments where they could have quit, but didn't. That's the difference. They weren't more talented. They were just more willing to suffer with meaning. Discomfort is a tool. It breaks the version of you that settles. It kills off the weak voice that wants to negotiate, that says take it easy, when your future's screaming go harder. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you, and if it doesn't hurt, you're not pushing far enough. Your progress lies just outside your comfort zone. Every time you step beyond it, you level up. Every time you retreat back into it, you lose something you can't get back. Time, momentum, self-respect. You weren't born to live soft. You weren't designed to play it safe. There's a reason comfort feels good. It's meant to trap you, and the only way out is through the fire. Through the early mornings, the hard decisions, the disciplined days where no one claps for you. That's where it happens. That's where the transformation lives, not in the spotlight, but in the grind. So suffer, but don't suffer small. Don't suffer in silence for nothing. Suffer loud, suffer bold. Suffer with a reason so clear that even the pain starts to respect you. You're not just surviving it, you're using it, turning it into something they never saw coming. That's how greatness is built, not by avoiding the burn, but by learning to breathe through it. Every time it hurts, you're on right track. Every time you want to quit, you're close. So don't back off, lean in, welcome the pain. It's your ticket out of average. Comfort is a lie, pain is a signal. purpose is the reason, and if you can suffer with purpose, you'll never suffer in vain. You either use the darkness or it consumes you. Choose wisely. The darkness isn't going away. It's a part of life, a part of you. The fear, the anger, the loneliness, the frustration. They don't disappear just because you try to think positive. They sit there in the quiet, waiting for you to either face them or fall under them. And most people fall. They hide from the shadows, they distract themselves, they pretend everything's fine while they slowly break on the inside. But the ones who rise, they don't run from the darkness, they use it, they grab it by the throat and say, "You're mine now." There's power in your pain, power in every bad day, every betrayal, every moment of doubt. You can let those things define you, or you can let them forge you. That's the choice. Let it break you, or let it build you, but pretending it's not there, that's the fastest way to get crushed. You can't ignore the darkness. You can't. Only decide what you'll do with it when life hits hard, and it will. The darkness shows up fast. Suddenly, things feel heavier, dreams feel further away, people disappear, support fades, and you're left alone with your thoughts. That's when it creeps in, tells you you're not good enough, that it's too late. It feeds off your hesitation. It wants your surrender, and if you're not ready, it gets exactly what it wants. But if you're smart, if you're savage enough, you flip the script. You turn that darkness into fuel. You let the pain push you, not paralyze you. You take silence and turn it into focus. You take the doubt and turn it into obsession. You take the emptiness and fill it with relentless discipline. That's what it means to use the darkness. Not run from it, but to harness it. Bend it, shape it into the weapon that gets you through. You've been through things most people don't know about. You carry weight that would crush them, and yet here you are, still breathing, still standing. That alone means you've got something inside that refuses to die, something the darkness hasn't broken yet, and maybe that's what it's afraid of. Maybe that's why it tries so hard to consume you, because it knows what you'll become if you ever learn how to use it. And it's not about pretending you're fearless. It's about fighting while you're scared, moving while you're unsure, showing up even when everything in you says not to. That's strength, that's control. The ones who master the darkness aren't the ones who feel nothing. They're the ones who feel everything and still move forward anyway. Every setback, every heartbreak, every failure, it can bury you or build you. The difference is what you decide to do with it. Some people crumble, some people rise. And the only thing separating them is the decision to turn the pain into power. You want strength, go to the place that hurts and own it. You want clarity, stop hiding from the chaos and walk straight into it. Nothing pure is born in light alone. It's the fire in the dark that forges something real. There's a side of you you haven't met yet, a version built from everything you've survived. The darkness has been preparing you, testing you, waiting to see what you'll become. So the next time it wraps around you, don't ask why it's there. Ask what you're going to do with it. Let it sharpen you. Let it wake you up. Let it remind you that you're still here for a reason, and that reason is not to break. You can use the darkness to disappear, or you can use it to dominate. You can drown in it, or you can become the one who walks through it while others run. The choice isn't easy, but it is yours, and once you choose to own it, to rise through it, to use it, there's nothing it can do to stop you. So use the darkness before it uses you. Regret is the ghost of action never taken. Kill it with movement. That's the truth people don't want to hear. Regret isn't born from failure. It's born from hesitation, from moments you let pass, from decisions you avoided, from chances you didn't take because you were scared, tired, uncertain, or too damn comfortable. And once that moment's gone, it doesn't come back. That's what regret is. Something that could have been real, but now only lives in your head, and it haunts you. You feel it in the quiet. You hear it whisper when you're alone. You should have moved. You should have acted. You could have been more, but you didn't, and now it follows you. It's patient. It grows stronger with time, and it waits until you're weak, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, to remind you of everything you left behind, the words you didn't say, the chances you let fade, the goals you buried under excuses. That's how it works. Regret never attacks loud. It poisons slowly, and the longer you sit still, the more power it has. Movement is the cure, not talk. Not planning, not dreaming, movement, action, real steps forward, even if they're small, even if they're messy, because the moment you move, the ghost loses its grip. Regret feeds off your stillness. Kill it with action. Kill it by doing exactly what it hoped you'd avoid. That project you keep pushing off, that phone call you won't make, that gym session you keep skipping, that habit you keep saying you'll start tomorrow. Stop waiting, start moving. The only thing between you and regret is motion. People think they have time. They think, I'll do it later. I'll get to it when life calms down. That's the trap. Life doesn't calm down. You just get used to being behind, and the more you delay, the more you convince yourself that delay is normal, that inaction is okay, and one day you wake up and it's not about what you're doing anymore, it's about everything you didn't do. And by then, all that's left is the weight of what could have been. You don't need a perfect plan. You need to stop standing still. You're not going to figure everything out before you start. No one does. But starting is the only thing that makes anything possible. Regret will always have something to say about risk. It'll always try to scare you with the what-ifs. But you know what's worse than a failed risk? A chance never taken, a life never lived. A version of you that died before it was born. You've already felt it, that sting, that what if I had just tried feeling, that I knew I should have done it voice that keeps looping in your head. That's regret. It's not coming, it's already here. You've met it. The question now is, will you let it stay, or will you bury it under so much forward motion that it never finds you again? You want freedom, move. You want peace, move. You want progress, confidence, fire, move. All of it lives on the other side of hesitation, but it won't come to you. You have to get up and earn it. You have to look regret in the face and say, you don't live here anymore. Every step forward is a blow to the voice that says you're too late, too tired, too broken. You want to kill that voice. You move, even if it hurts, especially if it hurts. You don't need anyone's permission to start. You don't need the world to cheer for you. Most of them won't even notice until the results show up, and by then, it's too late for their opinion to matter. But you will know. You'll know you showed up when it counted, that when you had the chance to freeze, to fold, to fear, you moved, and that's what separates the haunted from the driven. One lets regret live rent-free in their mind, the other chases it out with relentless action. So if there's something in you right now screaming for more, listen. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. The perfect moment is the one where you finally decide to stop letting regret write your story. Move before the ghost settles in. Remember, every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. Don't let regret be the fuel for your fire. Make purpose your flame. Burn with intention, burn with passion, and never, ever burn without meaning. If you're ready to own your journey, then start now. No excuses. No delays, just action. This is your life. Make it count. See you in the next one.